Welcome to the All-Star Red Sox League draft. This is day number 1. There are going to be 8 rounds. The teams in this league are the Lowell Spinners, River City Rascals, Wilmington Blue Rocks, Portland Sea Dogs, Lancaster Jethawks, Greenville Drive, Boston Red Sox, and Utica Blue Sox. 96 players. Let's go. With the first pick in the draft, the Lowell Spinners select Pedro Martinez, a pitcher. With the second pick in the draft, the River City Rascals select first baseman David Ortiz. With the third pick in the draft, the Wilmington Blue Rocks select second baseman Dustin Pedroia. With the fourth pick in the draft, the Portland Sea Dogs select center fielder J.D. Drew. With the fifth pick in the draft, the Lancaster Jethawks select center fielder Johnny Damon. With the sixth pick in the draft, the Greenville Drive select third baseman Tanner Nishioka. With the seventh pick in the draft, the Boston Red Sox select third baseman Mike Lowell. And with the eighth pick in the draft, concluding round 1, the Utica Blue Sox select pitcher Yusniel Padron Artiles. Just a recap if I can. Can I just to recap, your first round was Martinez, Ortiz, Pedroia, Drew, Damon, Nishioka, Lowell, and Padron Artiles. I'm going to admit here, I'm actually shocked that Nishioka and Padron Artiles went this early in the draft. With that being said, we will begin round 2. With the first pick in the second round, the Lowell Spinners select left fielder Coco Crisp. With the second pick in the second round, the River City Rascals select pitcher Koji Uehara. With the third pick in the second round, the Wilmington Blue Rocks select pitcher Denyi Reyes. With the fourth pick in the second round, Portland Sea Dogs select left fielder Daniel Nava. With the fifth pick in the second round, the Lancaster Jethawks select left fielder Steve Pierce. With the sixth pick in the second round, the Greenville Drive select left fielder Ryan Westmoreland. With the seventh pick in the second round, the Boston Red Sox select catcher Austin Ray. And with the final pick in the second round, the Utica Blue Sox select pitcher Justin Erasmus. There were plenty of shocks this round, like Reyes, Westmoreland, Ray, and Erasmus. Out of the 15 major leaguers in this draft, 10 of them have been selected. The third round will begin shortly, but this round went Crisp, Uehara, Reyes, Nava, Pierce, Westmoreland, Ray, and Erasmus. It is also now important to announce the first player of each nationality to be drafted. For the Dominican Republic, that was Pedro Martinez. For the USA, that was Dustin Pedroia. For Puerto Rico, that was Mike Lowell. For Cuba, that was Yusniel Padron Artiles. For Japan, that was Koji Uehara. And for South Africa, that was Justin Erasmus. The third round will begin shortly. With the first pick in the third round, the Lowell Spinners select center fielder Jacoby Ellsbury. With the second pick in the third round, the River City Rascals select second baseman Brock Holt. With the third pick in the third round, the Wilmington Blue Rocks select first baseman Jonathan He. With the fourth pick of the third round, the Portland Sea Dogs select first baseman Jansen Whitty. With the fifth pick in the third round, the Lancaster Jethawks select pitcher Matt Kent. With the sixth pick in the third round, the Greenville Drive select center fielder Tate Matheny. With the seventh pick in the third round, the Boston Red Sox select left fielder Devlin Granberg. And with the last pick in the third round, the Utica Blue Sox select center fielder Marcus Wilson. That brings the total amount of major leaguers drafted up to 12 with the additions of Ellsbury and Holt. In addition, we did not see any new countries get drafted. This round went Ellsbury, Holt, He, Whitty, Kent, Matheny, Granberg, and Wilson. And I know no one's watching the stream right now, but I don't care. I'm having a ball just live streaming. The fourth round will begin shortly. Only three major leaguers left. With the first pick in the fourth round, the Lowell Spinners select right fielder Chi-Shen Chiang. Yes, I did pronounce that right. Chiang is the first selection for Taiwan. With the second pick in the fourth round, the River City Rascals select shortstop Jeter Downs, the first pick for Colombia. With the third pick in the round, the Wilmington Blue Rocks select pitcher Daniel McGrath, the first pick for Australia. With the fourth pick of the round, Portland selects pitcher Tim Wakefield. Two major leaguers remain in the draft pool at this time. With the fifth pick in this round, the Lancaster Jethawks select second baseman Wendell Rio. With the sixth pick in the round, the Greenville Drive select pitcher Roniel Raudez, the first pick for Team Nicaragua. With the seventh pick in the round, the Boston Red Sox select pitcher Manuel de Jesus, the first pick for Team Venezuela. And with the last pick in the round, the Utica Blue Sox select second baseman Nick Lovello. This round went Chiang, Downs, McGrath, Wakefield, Rio, Raudez, De Jesus, and Lovello. As you can see, all the players are in their prime. After this, I'm going to do some importing. I'll teach you how to do that. I'll teach you how to import historical players into the game. The remaining draft pool looks a little something like this. The fifth round is set to begin. And there will not be 8 rounds, there will be 12. Okay. There will be 12 rounds. Here we go. The low spinners with the first pick in the 5th round. Select third baseman Brandon Howlett. The River City Rascals with the 2nd pick in the round. Select pitcher Anderson Espinoza. 3rd pick in the round, Wilmington selects pitcher Gabby Hernandez. With the 4th pick in the round, Portland selects pitcher Victor Santos. With the 5th pick in the round, Lancaster selects pitcher Josh Winkowski. With the 6th pick in the round, Greenville selects pitcher Junior Ortega. With the 7th pick of the round, Boston selects center fielder Jackie Bradley Jr., leaving one, get this, just one major leaguer left. That's right. And with the last pick in the 5th round, the Utica Blue Sox selects shortstop Hudson Potts. This round went Howlett, Espinoza, Hernandez, Santos, Winkowski, Ortega, Bradley Jr., and Potts. No new countries were selected at this time. We are beginning the 6th round. After this concludes, we will be halfway down the draft. The first pick in the round goes to Lowell, as always, and they will select pitcher Frank German. River City will select pitcher Tom Windle with their pick. With the 3rd pick in the round, Wilmington selects shortstop C.J. Chatham. With the 4th pick in the round, Portland selects 3rd baseman Esteban Quiroz, the first person out of Mexico to be drafted. With the 5th pick in the round, Lancaster selects center fielder J.C. Linares. With the Greenville Drive having the 6th pick, they will select first baseman David Chester. Boston has the 7th pick, and they will use it to select pitcher Raynel Villete. And with the last pick in the round, the Utica Blue Sox select catcher Jason Varitek. No more major leaguers are left on the board. This round went German, Windle, Chatham, Quiroz, Linares, Chester, Villete, and Varitek. Here's the first pick from every round in the draft. Pedro Martinez, Coco Crisp, Jacoby Ellsbury, Chi Shen Chiang, Brandon Howlett, and Frank German. The last pick in each round of the draft. Yusniel Padron Artiles, Justin Erasmus, Marcus Wilson, Nick Lovello, Hudson Potts, and Jason Varitek. We will continue with the first pick in the 7th round. The Lowell Spinners select Joan Martinez, a pitcher. River City will select pitcher Rio Gomez. With the 3rd pick in the draft, specifically this round of the draft, Wilmington selects center fielder Jason Rosario. Portland uses their pick to select left fielder Draley Guerrero. Lancaster will use their pick and select pitcher Alex Scherf. Greenville selects pitcher A.J. Politi with the 6th pick in the round. With the 7th pick in the draft round, Boston selects pitcher Austin Lambright. Leaving Utica with the last pick as always. They have selected pitcher Durbin Feltman. No new countries have been drafted at this time. This round went Martinez, Gomez, Rosario, Guerrero, Scherf, Politi, Lambright, and Feltman. .40 players remain on the board with just 4 rounds to go. Actually, sorry, 5. With the first pick in the 8th round, Lowell selects first baseman Matt Gedman. They're followed up by River City's pick, center fielder Johan Maisis. Yes, it's pronounced Johan, not Johan. I looked it up myself. With the third pick in this round, Wilmington selects third baseman Nick York. And following that, Portland selects pitcher Yoan Ibar. With the 5th pick in the round, Lancaster selects pitcher Adam Lau. Greenville will select left fielder Tyreek Reed. Boston will select left fielder Kyrie Washington. And the final pick in the round, Utica will select Stetson Alley. This round went Gedman, Maisis, York, Ibar, Lau, Reed, Washington, and Alley. No new countries drafted at this time. Countries with no one drafted so far: Aruba, Canada, China, New Zealand, and the Netherlands. We will be continuing the draft right now. The Lowell Spinners will select pitcher Alex Demchak. The River City Rascals select pitcher Sven Wieder, the first player from Team Netherlands to get selected. The Wilmington Blue Rocks will select left fielder Nick Longhe. Portland will select catcher Cole Cottom. He's a catcher, so we caught him. Yes, I really do just make that joke. Lancaster selects pitcher Kevin Lennox. Greenville selects pitcher Odonier Mosqueda. Boston selects pitcher Mitchell Osnowitz, leaving Utica to select pitcher Andrew Schwab. With just 3 rounds left on the left. This could be a very close one. Looking at potential right now, there are still 3 players with 2.5 stars on the board overall. Many of the 1-star players, in fact, most of them have already been selected ahead of players who are higher than 1 star. And with that, Lowell begins the 10th round by selecting pitcher Michael Geddes. River City will follow that up with left fielder Tristan Cassius. Cassius is actually a first baseman. He was drafted as a left fielder on an import error, so that will be changed. Wilmington will select pitcher Brian Keller. Portland will select pitcher Lincoln Holdscomb. Lancaster will select catcher Jordan Percussion, the first for Team Canada. Greenville will select catcher Johnny Pareda. Boston will select first baseman Jerry Downs. Yeah, Jerry Downs. I don't know if Jeter Downs was already drafted. I think he was, so. And Utica will select left fielder Jagger Rusconi. This round went the last 2 rounds went Demchak, Wieder, Longy, Cottom, Lennox, Mosqueda, Osnowitz, and Schwab. followed by Geddes, Cassius, Keller, Holtzcomb, Percussion, Pareda, Downs, and Rusconi. With just 16 players left on the board, we will get into the penultimate round. Dole will use their pick this round and select left fielder Jeremy Wu Yeland. River City will follow that up with first baseman Boss Moanaroa. The Wilmington Blue Rocks. Sorry, I cannot speak today. Select left fielder Shane Drohan. Portland selects catcher Ronaldo Hernandez. Lancaster selects left fielder Blaze Jordan. Greenville selects left fielder Pedro Castellanos. Boston selects first baseman Jake Davies. And Utica will select left fielder Seth Schwindenhammer. So this round goes Wu Yeland, Moanaroa, Drohan, Hernandez, Jordan, Castellanos, Davies, and Schwindenhammer. Castellanos, Moanaroa, Wu Yeland, and Drohan, and Jordan, all were import errors. I will be fixing that. So yeah. Well, actually, the game might fix it itself. And the final round of the draft. 2 players with 2.5 stars leave themselves on the board as Aruba, New Zealand, and China are left on the board. Dole uses their pick and selects the New Zealander catcher Bo Tawera Bishop. River City will follow that up with catcher Jair Bogarts. Wilmington will follow that up with catcher Justin Chang. The last 3 went New Zealand, Aruba, China. Those were the 3 countries left that hadn't had a player drafted. Portland will select catcher JT Watkins. Lancaster will select left fielder Moko Moanaroa. Greenville will select catcher Roldani Baldwin. Boston selects catcher Cha Chu Chen. And with the final pick, the Utica Blue Sox select first baseman Cisco Tellez. This round went Bishop, Bogarts, Chung, Watkins, Moanaroa, Baldwin, Chen, and Tellez. Here's every team's player list. And because there's no designated hitter, so far we're just going to let it slide. So far Boston needs a shortstop in their lineup, and they need a 5th pitcher in their rotation as well as some relievers. Let's see what happens. Greenville needs yet another starter and some relievers. Whereas their lineup, they need a second baseman and a shortstop. But this is a pretty good lineup. I wouldn't count them out. Lancaster's lineup, they need a third baseman and a shortstop. And they have 4 relievers and 1 close. No, they have 4 starters and 1 closer. Alright. No, 1 reliever, sorry. I cannot speak today. Okay, sorry. Well. Lowell has a closer and 4 starters. And for their lineup, they need a shortstop. That's it. Lowell's got a really good lineup, so I wouldn't doubt it. I think Lowell might actually take this. For Portland, their lineup, they just need a shortstop and a right fielder. And for pitching, they need relievers. Did we take a look at Lowell's pitching? Yes, we did. Okay. For River City, they're pitching. They have a full rotation. Now they just need relievers, and a lot of them. And for their lineup, they need a catcher, a third baseman, and a right fielder. Oof. Otherwise, they'd be good. The Blue Sox have an almost complete lineup. They just need their third baseman. And for pitching, they have 4 starters and 1 closer. I just want to check to make sure we check. Yeah, we did. All right. And the last team, Wilmington, they have 4 pitchers. And they have a full lineup. Wow. It's anybody's game. Well, actually, they do not have a full lineup. Because Shane Drohan, a lot of these guys are going to get changed around, so right now. Alright, we'll see you in the next one, because I'm ending this stream. That was just the sound of my mic.